it's Joseph, and it is my pleasure to be your MC for today's event. One Championship is the largest martial arts organization in the world. We are also the largest sports media company in Asian history. We have bouts spread across all disciplines of martial arts, including Muay Thai, kickboxing, and of course, mixed martial arts. And we are back in Manila, Philippines for another exciting blockbuster event. And today, we have your local heroes that will be competing at Fire and Fury this Friday at the Mall of H Arena. Before we get started, I would like to take a moment to send a huge thank you to GAB, the Game and Amusement Board. Without you, this event would not be possible, so a huge, sincere thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome our first athlete to today's open workout. Please put your hands together for Jomary, the Lamborghini fighter, Torres! Torres has a huge matchup. She's competing against Iniong, a very dangerous athlete that comes out of China. She's a judo black belt. Jomary, how excited are you to be competing at home in Manila, Philippines, in front of your fellow Filipinos in a big matchup to kick off Fire and Fury? She's a little shy, but I think she can do it. Answer it. How's it going? It's okay.
Excited ako na makakalaban ko si Iniong.
She put it all out there for you guys. She put it all on the line.
Excited ako na makakalap kaming dalawa ni Iniong sa this January 31. And
I heard she's excited to be competing against Iniong this Friday, and she's going to do her very best. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Jomary Torres! Thank you very much, Jomary. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep this thing going right along. And up next, all the way from Baguio City, Philippines, please Gina, little taste, how you doing? Little big breath, you good? Yeah? These guys are always in crazy shape. Gina, what are your thoughts on your opponent this Friday night?
Lakay is very good in striking, but I tried hard and I'm excited to fight on Friday.
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Gina Iniong! Thank you very much, Gina. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up to the mat is a very exciting mixed martial artist. This guy is known as the Thunder Kid, and he exploded all over the scene at One Warrior Series, eventually winning a contract here in One Championship. This guy is pure excitement. I love watching him compete, and I'm excited to watch him work out right now. Please, put your hands together and make some noise for Lito Adiwang! You had a big debut at One Century where you stopped that Japanese sensation Senzo Ikeda in dominant fashion. What is your prediction and how are you going to get it done on Friday night?
You don't want to miss this, guys. They're coming. The Thunder is coming to give a good show, so don't miss this out. It's gonna be a surprise.
gentlemen, now we're gonna move right along to our main card athletes, the guys that will be competing on Friday night, and one of them is royalty in one championship. This guy has been on a tear. He's been up against the greatest in the world. He was a finalist in our one flyweight World Grand Prix. He has won 6 of his last 7. And that 7th bout was against the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Demetrius Johnson. He still put on a show. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the King! Kingad! In Manila, Philippines. Danny, you face a tough athlete on Friday night. Xie Wei has been streaking through One Hero Series, making all kinds of noise in China. How are you going to get it done on Friday night? Let's go, Danny!
This Friday, I'm gonna show my different skill that I learned about from my teammates. And see you there on Friday. Thank you for your support. God bless. Mga kababayan ko, salamat. Nandito ko lahat para support us.
A different skill that he's learned from his Lakay teammates. I can't wait to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, the King, Danny Kingad! All right, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, he is one of my favorite athletes in one championship. He's a hero to me. I'm sure he's a hero to many Filipinos out there. The taxi driver on the way over here couldn't stop talking to me about this man, the landslide, Eduard Folayang! Ladies and gentlemen, Eduard, the landslide Folayang, takes on a short notice opponent, right? He was preparing for weeks for one specific opponent. Last minute, things change. Now, he's facing an incredibly dangerous Dutch kickboxer by the name of Peter Baust, who has been knocking everybody out in the lightweight division. Edward, what are your thoughts on your matchup this Friday against Peter Baust?
This is a good test for me, especially this 2020. I believe I had learned a lot in the past 2019. So this year I have to make a statement. Facing a dangerous opponent is a good challenge for me to unleash the greatness that I have.
Now, I've heard a lot of chatter about the possibility, and actually you made comments on it, the possibility of Sage Northcutt coming down to the lightweight division where you've reigned over the lightweights for who knows how many decades. What are your thoughts on Sage Northcutt and possibly welcoming him to the lightweight division?
I think that would be a good challenge for him and for the lightweight division. There's a lot of ambulance in the lightweight division, and there's a lot of tests not only for him but also for those athletes who are waiting to face him in the division.
Edward the Landslide Folayang, ladies and gentlemen, huge matchup this Friday. Put your hands together for the Landslide, Eduard Folayang! Let's go! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for the main event athletes to get started, right? We've got a huge matchup in the strawweight division as Alex Silva, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt world champion, is taking on your boy, the Passion, Joshua Pacio, in a huge main event for one Fire and Fury. But we've got to bring out the challenger, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion. Please make some noise for Alex Little Rock Silva! Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Silva is in the house. Now, Alex is the former one strawweight world champion. And he loves coming over here to Manila, Philippines. How excited are you to be challenging for your former belt here in Manila?
First of all, good afternoon, Filipino. It's my pleasure to be here. It's my third time I'm here. And, I really appreciate this. Since the day I arrived, you guys are all support, all respect. I know how hard it is to be here in Manila and fight against your hero, but that's our game. So I appreciate the support.
Now, everybody knows your specialty is submissions. You like to take guys to the ground and try to beat on them and ultimately look for one of your signature submissions. What kind of game plan? I know you don't want to tell too much because he's right over there, but what can we expect from you on Friday night?
Well, you guys can expect me like since the first minute to the last, put all my heart, all my spirit, and try to put a good show for all the Philippines fans.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for the Little Rock, Alex Silva.
Nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note, he writes every line. I've seen him at work, I feel like it was on in his mind. It's like it's
All right, ladies and gentlemen, last but definitely not least, your current one strawweight world champion. He's coming off a huge knockout victory where he absolutely put on the performance of a lifetime. Please put your hands together for your champion, Joshua the Passion Pacio! Joshua Pacio, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Joshua. Now, I remember not so long ago, at the end, or at the beginning of 2019, you were in a very similar position to this, right? You were the last one. What kind of steps have you taken to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Go, Joshua!
Like what I said, last January, I lost my focus, my confidence, but now my confidence is oozing, and I think it's 101% because of my Filipino kababayans. I know that they will be there this Friday.
Now, you speak a lot about your local support, how much having your fellow Filipinos in the crowd and having this match here in your home, basically your home country of the Philippines. How important is it to you to walk out of Friday's event holding the belt?
Since I fought here in the Philippines, I have been undefeated here in the Philippines, and that's because I feel the energy of the Filipino crowd, and of course I'm more confident fighting here in Manila, and that's it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, huge main event coming up on Friday at One Fire and Fury. You got to make sure you super app and check us out there as well. But now, it is time to face off. So now, I want to bring back out the challenger for the one strawweight world title. Please put your hands together one final time for the passion Joshua Pacio and Alex, the Little Rock Silva!
This is how we fucking ball.
Okay guys, face the camera, face the front. That's your main event, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Little Rock Silva against Joshua Pacio for the one strawweight world title. Now, we've got one more photo for you guys, so I want to bring back out all of our competitors and our athletes that will be competing this Friday night at One Fire and Fury. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, one final time. The athletes competing